Hi everyone, it's the EnglishSimmer here, and today we are officially back with Growing Together. I got my hands on it. I actually bought this one because there was a little delay with codes and I really wanted to get back into the game as soon as possible. So I purchased it from Origin and now I have all of my packs with it. And if you know me, you know that I like to see how a new pack can work alongside other packs, especially when it's a pack that's this large. There really have a lot of systems that seem to affect relationships, families. Obviously, we already have parenthood within the game. And I asked you lot over on Twitter to give me some more things that you maybe wanted me to focus on when it comes to growing together and how it actually interacts with other packs. And oh my word, you lot were curious little people. So enough nattering, let's get to testing. Don't ask me why the Villa Reels are now my go-to family for these types of videos. I think it's actually because it's one of the families where we have some of the most child sims and they're all really different from one another. We're actually going to be focusing a lot with the teenager, Miles, which I know is surprising considering Growing Together doesn't have a lot of stuff for teenagers. But a lot of you were asking how it actually comes into play with high school years. So we are going to travel to high school. I'm probably going to have him skip some classes. I did come up with a little headcanon for him. I know that he's not canonically within the games, is little Miles Villarreal, but I figured he really disliked Jacques, and Jacques I actually gave the hates children trait because a bunch of you were interested in that. So because he's taking care of his siblings a lot at home, he also has a career as well. So he's actually a lifeguard, but his performance is poor, and so is his school performance because obviously he's getting pretty sleepless nights. Little Maxie is just an infant. We also have a toddler, we have Luna, and then Hugo is obviously one of the little kids. You got quite a mouth on you, kid. Keep that up and I'll send you straight to detention. I'm in. Send me to the chokey, mate. I dare you. I did not know that you could just maybe get detention from actually just being mean to the teachers and the head teacher. Mr. Miles Villarreal, how dare you disrespect school faculty like that? You'll have plenty of time to think about how you should treat authority in detention this afternoon. Did we get a milestone from our first detention? No. Maybe when we go to it, we might get one. However, this is related to high school years, obviously. He is a teenager and he began puberty. Oh, he's such a sensitive soul though, really. He's oh yeah, I guess I'll write in my journal. I guess we'll go serve our detention. I mean, I kind of want to skip out on it a little bit. No way does Savannah also have detention. Yeah. That's what I thought. She's no, you certainly don't, Molly. You are, maybe she's just staying around because she's obviously the head teacher's daughter. Oh no, May's physically coming into the room. I think she's seeing if we're actually gonna serve detention. No milestone for getting detention, which honestly, it kind of shocks me. I mean, I know I was a goody two-shoes in school. I was always a pleasure to have in class. So when I forgot my first detention, oh my word, I felt sick for about a week. And it was only a lunchtime detention. It wasn't even severe. Although it wasn't my fault and I firmly stand by that fact. Definitely shaped me as a human being though. How about really quickly though, let's go to minus 99 on his school performance. So hopefully he'll go down to a D student at the end of the day, and we can kind of test what that looks like maybe in the milestones. Obviously that's not completely tied to high school years because you have a grade system just in base game school. I mean, it shot back up. Great, love that for me. Miles had about as poor a day as possible. He might as well have been absent from class. How did he go up in his performance then? What about if you join a team? Oh my word, this man does not need any more responsibilities in his life. I'm gonna assume that you get a milestone for this one, but you never really know. I feel probably careers day isn't going to give you one. Maybe if you win prom royalty, you might get one. I'm not going to test the whole of high school years. I still have my high school years let's play going on. So obviously now that I also have this in my game, we can kind of see that down the line and how that's going to be affected. I'm just not going to have time in this video to test everything. Oh no, we quit the lifeguard career for that. Oh, that's just gonna be a career milestone, isn't it? I fully forgot. Why did we not get one for quitting our lifeguard? adults get one for quitting their jobs. They became BFFs. How about a cheeky little milestone for that? Do you want to give me one? I gotta say, the constantly changing icons of this is like so difficult to keep an eye on. There we go. Made a best friend with Dwayne. A bunch of you were asking me about Discover University and obviously the servo. So I actually have servo programmed with, if we go to behavior modules, we have Robo Nanny. This behavior module allows any sim family to automate all of their childcare needs the way nature intended. It's almost like children practically raise themselves around servos with this upgrade. So we'll keep an eye on like servo. He's currently just watching TV. What are you watching, buddy? Politisim, you know, gotta keep up. That's basically Servo's mum's net. No, I don't want my Servo to become problematic. Thank you very much. Max is feeling angry from hunger, and then Servo is gonna go and bottle feed. Oh, okay, this is getting a little bit weird. I think it's because he was trying to interact with both the toddler and the infant, and then Luna wanted to ask him a question. There we go. I think, has he fed? Yep, there was a little burpy burp there, although did not feed him much. That's because Luna still wants to. Luna, what are you chatting? Can I move in with you? I don't think that's a good idea. It could only strengthen our friendship. But buddy, I have too much on my plate. I'm sorry. I know how family goes. After much deliberation, Miles doesn't want Dwayne to move in with him right now. And that's a new feature. I did not know that Sims could ask you to move in with them. I guess like now that we have stayovers and they really like a place, they can just be like, yeah, I want to stay here forever. So yes, Servo does take care. However, I will say probably not like as soon as you would like it to. It kind of like is based just like a regular sim autonomy, so it's not really all that great. It feels like the toddler is currently overriding the infant. Oh, even Servo can adopt Max. That's really, really cute. No, Kyle, put the baby down. Oh, you're gonna try and feed him? Actually, maybe we should just have had Kyle here instead of Servo. But let's check out not growing together, but the other GT get together. Because a bunch of you were asking about clubs. Have they retrofitted Sims with likes and dislikes? No. I'm so confused about this. I don't know if they've added like one like characteristics just to give them a little bit of personality and like compatibility with some people. So apparently Candy likes nature enthusiasts, which I just don't think is the truth, Ellen. And then Yuki actually has the likes ambitionless Sims. Let me check another household. Let me check like a base game household. Lieb, Lefu, Love. You need to leave right now, Sims. I feel disgusted. Okay, let's go to the Spencer Kim Lewis household. Let's give them a chance in the spotlight, because nobody ever does. They must have gone in and added just one Sim. Why? Just one. Also, I think like some of them don't even match up with like the Sims personalities. Like Candy is definitely like high energy Sims or like spirited Sims. I would not say that Candy Bear is like, yeah, I love the outdoors and I love people who loves the outdoors. Candy is that lesbian on any dating app being like, I like granola and I like hiking. There's too many of you granola girlies out there, by the way. What's Vivian's beef? What's she got going on? She dislikes hardworking Sims. What? In my Townie save file, she is the hardworking Sim. Absolutely not. See, this is why when people say like, oh, I wish the Sims team went in and like added likes and dislikes, I'm like, I would pessimistic. She likes pessimistic Sims. She is like a freelance like artiste, like oh my god, like little hippie vibes. Why is she gonna hang around with pessimistic Sims? Can someone explain this to me? I am confused. But I quite like that it offers compatibility with like the families you're playing for Townies. I just don't like the ones that they chose for the Townies. They feel out of character. When it comes to club activities, we have a couple, and I will say I'm slightly disappointed there's nothing to do with tree houses. I would have thought for like kids activities, because they can have like play on playground equipment, I would have thought they would have had play on tree houses, so slightly annoying that that isn't a case. But if you go to hobbies, they have go out to the movies. Fun and games, they have play symbols and then play puzzles together or put puzzles together. And then finally, if you go to outdoor, there is a use Gilbert Gardens walking trails. Then one of you asked if infants can actually use the season's like splash pool, like this little paddling pool. They cannot. Only Luna can actually go in here. It's not like clickable for infants or anything like that. I already have the parenthood board set up in our home. I have the curfew set to 9 p.m. So we're gonna pretend that we're going out to the library to study, but we're really gonna sneak off to the cinema, of course. One, because I want to check whether the movie Hangout films are also included in the cinema or if they're just still tied to movie Hangout. And then also, I obviously want to try and get grounded or like a little bit of a telling off. I actually, before I started recording this video, had Jacques and Miles have the difficult or distant family dynamic, and then I was like, no, I want to get rid of that because I want to see if we can actually form one in this video, maybe through like parenthood interactions, but they have awful compatibility together. Moonlight Massacre, these just look like all the ones that were actually, no, they have changed. I wonder if these actually just change like maybe weekly or daily or just like randomly in your game. We're gonna watch a Moonlight Massacre. I wish that like, I kind of wish that they had age ratings. So if like only young adults and above were allowed into like scary films and then teenagers had to like try and sneak in, I think that would be really, really fun. Alas, that isn't a thing. I want you to punish him. So parenting, discipline, recent behavior. We're gonna yell at for breaking curfew. I'm just gonna cheat his parenting level up a little bit because I want him to be able to ground him. I love how we can pickpocket our child. Disapprove lack of child discipline. Oh, you're so mean. I hate this man. We can't post about like the movie that we watch, so no cross pack there from the looks of it. No music, no phone, no friends, no leaving the house, no computer, no TV. I feel like the best one is gonna be no TV because we actually do have one in our house. How are your milestones looking? Absolutely nothing for being grounded for the first time. Shall we adopt a animal? Let's go for a dog. Magnus is sick. Airedale Terrier. I love a terrier. Oh, Magnus. Oh, you're gonna fit right in, buddy boy. We're gonna give a friendly intro to little Magnus. Hopefully, he actually likes us. Please, Magnus. I need you for this video, bud. Oh, okay. He's growling at me, which isn't great for a family dog. He looks a little bit grumpy, I'm not gonna lie. Jacques, this might actually be your dog. He seems to have the same temperament as our father. The Magnus Villarreal, you are part of the family and we've made a little milestone. Would you look at that? Adopted pet. Magnus Villarreal joined the family. He's an independent man who doesn't need anybody's help. I just want to see what infants can do. They can watch the dogs, they can coo at, sleep next to, and smile. Magnus, don't... He just sat on his head. Magnus, you're not meant to be doing this, buddy. He wants to just watch you. He doesn't want to have your tail in his face. I guess, like, maybe if Max already knew how to, like, grab things and stuff, he could try. No, piss off. Leave him alone. Why are you doing this? Oh, is he putting him down actually so that he can do the interaction? Is his head in a cupboard? No. Okay, that's good. He's like, move out the way. Oh yeah, he's like talking to him. Magnus literally could not care less. Oh, let's sleep next to Magnus. Does that mean Magnus is also gonna like sleep? Grab milestone. Managed to pick up and grab onto something for the first time. Does that mean we can grab onto Magnus? Oh my god, everyone's obsessed with this baby. Minus the robot, man. I'm gonna try turning Max into a vampire because I want to see if infants get like special milestones if they're actually an occult. So hopefully I have my testing cheats on. And then we're gonna go traits, equip, trait, vampire, occult. And then we are a vampire and it looks like that's the grab one. Maybe because I cheated it, they don't get one, and I guess if they're an infant and they're a vampire, then they've probably been born a vampire, so it would make sense that they don't have like a milestone over that. You can actually, if you're playing as the infant, you can just get Servo to like pick you up and carry you around. You can like instruct him to feed you and stuff, like get fed by Servo, help, ask to be put down, which has a brand new connotation now that we have a dog in the household. Ooh, Hugo actually has a little knitting set. So if we send him to knit here, if he goes knit clothing, you unfortunately can't knit. I was gonna say nift, because I was thinking nifty knitting. There aren't any actually infant specific onesies or anything, which is unfortunate because if you go to knit clothing, the stitch onesies are actually for babies. Go onto animal onesies, these are all toddler ones. So they haven't really taken these and aged them down, which is weird because if you have nifty knitting and you go into create a sim with an infant, they do actually have access to the nifty knitting beanies, so you can just like apply these to your sims, even though for other sims obviously they're not unlocked until you knit them. So like it's nice in the sense that it gives you a little bit more customization for infants, but why they didn't attach the gameplay to it, I don't know. Yeah, you get the toddler onesies. They've basically like sized them down for infants. You get like the frog ones, the elephants, the cat, even the misshapen one that happens when you mess one up. However, you can't actually knit them within the game. Everyone in the household actually gets the adopted the pet milestone. Imagine if they had turned the bottles for like vampire infants like a red color. It would be so messed up, but it would also make my day. Ooh, Miles' grades are down. So how's it go? I don't know what I expected. Graduate from high school, kick off adulthood by earning your high school degree. Check out the high school graduation event on your event calendar. I'm assuming that university is like getting accepted to university and then purely also graduating from university. Ooh, actually, I wonder if dropping out of high school gives you it. I'm such a muppet. What the hell? When I was looking through this in the Build and Buy Mode catalog in like early access, I thought this was a chair. I was like, that's a really oversized chair, but it's actually like, I think it's like could play around with like sim dimensions, which I think would be hilarious, like a little optical illusion. It's a desk. I hate myself. You sure you want to drop out of high school? You won't be able to re-enroll and some careers will be unavailable. However, you'll still be able to earn a high school diploma on the computer. Let's do it. High school dropout. That was quite clearly a milestone. Dropped out of high school. I was gonna try hosting the My Wedding Stories wedding and I asked little oh my god, why can I not remember this dude's name? Hugo. I asked Hugo to be my ring bearer and he said no. Absolutely get wrecked. Miles is actually agreed to be our sim of honor, which I'm shocked about. This is something I would like to see. This isn't geotagged, which I think is weird because I feel like we as simmers, I mean, I might just be talking for myself here, but I feel like this is a usual thing for players to do, is the fact that you'll like take someone somewhere romantic to propose to them. So I find it weird that that's not got like the geotag. You have a geotag for where you first pissed your pants, but not for where you got engaged. Not gonna lie, I haven't touched this since this pack came out, so I fully have forgotten how to do this. Please take your seats. Oh yeah, you can choose which art you want it because that was like completely broken. Little Magnus is telling us to go home as our thingy. Our curfew is about to start. I am at my father's wedding, actually. Just because you didn't get invited, doggo. Don't bring an infant to the weddings. That's what I'm actually finding out right now. I love how absolutely no one is celebrating. We love Eleanor. We do not love this rat man. Oh, what was that creepy move he just did? There we go. Got married Tartosa with Eleanor Sullivan. Ooh, Eleanor's already feeling a little bit of a boogie. Aw, no, stop. I don't want to have sympathy for this man. I do not like him. He's mean to his kids. So you don't get a milestone or anything for like your first dance. You just get it for your actual marriage and proposal. And then we are good to go. Yeah, that was great. No, I would not like to move in together. Thank you very much. This might be called growing together, but we will not be growing together that closely. Oh yeah, we got our certificate of marriage. This certifies that Eleanor Sullivan and Jacques Villarreal were united in marriage. Oh, look at these two cuties sleeping on the pavement together. Best friends forever. Am I right? Pets and infants that sleep next to each other on the street stay together. The fact that they're in like the same sleeping position though, that is so funny. Screenshot potential right there. He can now pet him. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Sleep is not necessary right now. You can pet the doggo. Aw, Magnus, actually, I am feeling very sentimental. I feel like he really loves Max. Like, he always wants to be around him. Okay, here we go. We're doing the bum shuffle over to Magnus. We're just gonna clip through him a teensy bit. That's okay. There's some stroke. He kissed us! Oh my god, why is that the cutest thing? I love them. What? When did you learn to crawl? What the heck is going on here? Don't go into the road. Max! Max, turn your ass around right now. Servo, pick this little rat up. Thank God there are no cars in The Sims 4. I say as every single house has a driveway and a fake car. Ooh, okay. So I was doing some parenthood interactions. I basically shoved him and then I also forced him to clean up a little bit, and they did get the difficult dynamic. So we are gonna say yes. So it does seem to have an effect on like how you actually interact with your Sims from other packs, which is quite nice. I mean, I kind of thought that that would be the case. I don't think that like only disciplining got him to there. As long as you're more leaning towards the mean and negative interactions, you're probably gonna form a negative family dynamic. I actually wanted Hugo to learn to ride a bike because I wanted to see if they could like ride bikes together. So Hugo, can you actually head on over here? And then you can also head on over here. I'm not your housekeeper from being ordered to clean. Do I look like your maid? How about a please and thank you around here? Miles may have been willing to help with cleaning if he was asked nicely, but now we will never know. So it definitely seemed to be him like forcing him to clean, which is nice because that is like specifically a parenthood interaction. So if we have him get on his bike and then you get on your bike, can you like bike together? Bike here together. I don't know if this was a thing in Discover University, but of course children only got bikes. Get back on your bike, mate. No, I didn't say go here together. I said bike. I said get on your bike, man. He's now no longer on his bike. Okay, it's very glitchy. I'll give it that. But at least you can bike around together. Not like around together, but you can apparently go together. I would like to see it working. But obviously in the trailer, we had that screenshot of like the dad and Atlas biking next to each other. And I was like, I wonder if that's actually a feature that is available. So if you have any of the packs, I think Discover University, Eco Lifestyle, and if you have the bonus early buy DLC thing for Cottage Living, I think those all have bikes, adult bikes in them. I'm just gonna straight up cheat his demotion because it's not gonna happen otherwise. So let's demote him. Bad news, Miles was fired from his job. Whoa, like instantly got fired. Miles was fired from the lifeguard career. I do still kind of wish that milestones had like emotions attached to them and like randomly you could reminisce. I think it would kind of make milestones feel more like a thing for your Sims. Like obviously I know we have little things like this, getting your first tooth certificate and things and your high school diploma and your marriage certificate, but it doesn't really feel like they remember it. It just feels like it's more for the player rather than the Sims themselves. I guess one thing we could do to check occults is actually hop in to a couple of people's households and just see what like retroactive milestones they have. So of course, if we go to the one and only Master Grand Vampire, Vlad, and then his Simology is already green, is popping off, manifested as a vampire, a life of immortality calls. Is that it? He doesn't get one for being like Grand Master or anything like that? I would have thought that like ranking would go up because it's kind of like a promotion. Maybe it does. Maybe he just doesn't have one that's like pre-existing. Minerva, who has the strong bloodline, manifested as a spellcaster, adopted a pet, adopted a pet, adopted a pet. Ooh, I feel like the werewolf pack leaders might be quite good. Imagine seeing Greg's. Greg's would probably just be like, manifested as a werewolf. Christopher, what are you saying? Oh, manifested as a werewolf. Ooh, Christopher manifested. Got a job, became leader of Moonwood Collective. Christopher climbed his way to the top of the pack, obviously adopted Rory, adopted Jacob, and then also, what career are you in, buddy? You're in a freelance programmer career. Well, let's see the occult infants. So we have an alien here, and then if we... That is so cute. Stop it. Oh my word. And then they have their own little alien disguise as well. Let's check out a little randomized baby vampire. Whoa, the eyes. They get like access to the vampire eyes and stuff, obviously. Oh my god, that's sick. His little pointy ears. Wait, do they get their own like special teeth? No, they don't get little baby fangs. Oh, I was so hoping that fangs would be there. We got ourselves little baby mermaids. Obviously, baby mermaids don't have like a tail. Oh, children do not have a mermaid form or mermaid powers. Selecting this age option will delete your current mermaid form. You cannot undo this change. We got the spellcasters who honestly don't really look any different. It just so happens that she kind of turned out looking a bit like a vampire. But again, they get options to like the occult eyes. And then finally, what about a little baby werewolf? They're still a werewolf, they just don't have like a beast form, which makes sense. I'm gonna choose to believe that that wasn't random and just happened by accident because she's got the little claws on that make her look like a werewolf. Why is that so freaking cute? I mean, to be fair, the vampire's pretty accurate because if you go into infants on Creator Sim and you go into teeth, they like hiss at you anyway. So there we have it. There's at least some cross-pack compatibility between the brand new expansion pack Growing Together and the rest of the Sims 4 universe. This was always going to be a hard pack to cover in terms of cross-pack compatibility because I feel like so many of like the big selling points and the really big systems are kind of not behind the scenes because they're very like forward facing, as you can tell from the amount of notifications that you get about them. But like they're kind of just things that obviously happen over a lifespan and I do not have time. This is already like a half an hour video and I just do not have it in me to go through every single life stage with like every single sim and try and test everything. But I hope this was helpful. I hope this gave you at least just like a good basis of what like actually has an effect from other packs on this new expansion pack and like how they can integrate. Because whilst I didn't cover like every single thing, for example, I didn't cover butlers, but that's mainly because butlers like never work in my game. They're always glitchy. They never like do what I want them to do. I know a couple of you were asking me, do they look after infants the way that servos do? So I covered servos instead. I honestly can't even remember if you can actually control a butler, but I'm fairly sure you'd be able to like tell a butler to do something as an infant or a toddler. I will, as always, probably have a pinned comment if any information like gets updated, if any of you lot let me know what the situation is with certain packs and the cross-pack compatibility. I'm so sorry that I can't cover everything. I do feel bad. Thank you all so much for all of your suggestions. Honestly, you lot getting back to me, like once I can announce that I have early access, if I have early access, you lot just being like, hey, could you check out this? Like, this is something I'm super interested in. Can you check out like if this pack works with this pack in this way? It's so helpful. I cannot even describe it. Like, it literally gives me ideas to one, ask like the Sims team, two, check out on my own if I have the time within early access, and then after release do videos like this. So thank you all so much for your help on this one. I appreciate you all. Definitely leave your comments down below if you figured out any other cross-pack compatibility between Growing Together and any other pack that we have for The Sims 4. I appreciate you all as always, and I will speak to you all in my next one. Bye now.